Hello, hello! Perfidious Pete here, back to continue integrating the Bacterian hierarchy into our empire and folding them peacefully into Peterian society in Stellaris. That's right, I've chosen to embrace my clan brothers and bring them into the empire without violence and without bloodshed. Specifically by integrating them into the menu, boiling and dicing the bodies of their children, and then gently folding them into a mixture of egg, mayonnaise, Worcestershire, mustard, hot sauce, Parmesan cheese, and some crushed pork rinds. And I'm assuming this research is into the world's most delicious crab cake recipe. Because, yeah, Bacterian hierarchy, once I have brought you into the fold, I'm gonna chill you for a few hours, pan fry you in some olive oil, and serve you with some cheddar-baked biscuits. And yes, I'm aware I just gave away the secret recipe for the Peterian Empire's galaxy-wide famous Bacterian cakes. But, honestly, some secrets, they're just too good not to share. Though I would appreciate it if all of y'all out there didn't tell the Bacterium about my plan to whip, dice, and fold their children into seafood cakes and then fry them slowly in olive oil. I just, keep it on the down low. Some things, I'll give you the recipe, but you can't let the ingredients know about the recipe. They're ingredients. Also, this is freaking amazing. So we got our railguns finished, which means the overall effectiveness of our combat fleet should be going up pretty dramatically. Now we got to figure out what to do next. We still don't have afterburners, which are pretty good, and we could wow, those are taking a surprisingly large amount of research. What's a defense station? Even larger military stations in the depths of space. Interesting. 3,000 research seems like a lot. Plasteel armor would be good. We could unlock cruisers and spaceships 5, but that's a buttload of research, though. We're not building robots. I don't want to ever research robotic workers because I don't know. I'm not building robots. I don't want to. You know what? I guess we'll just learn how to make afterburners then. I'm not building robots. There's no way I'm going to let a robot uprising happen in the Peterian Empire. I don't want any citizens in my empire that I cannot defeat at any time by devouring them. Can't eat robots, man. You can't eat robots. So we just cranked out a truckload of destroyers. That's perfect. We built those just in time to be forced to pay to have them upgraded. Excellent timing. And one other thing that's on my list, I can't help but notice that our exploration has fallen behind a little bit. So we're going to build another science ship. I already recruited a scientist off camera between episodes, grabbed an extra one. And you'll also notice, by the way, that we did, since there are no Cravadocs left on it, we finally went ahead and made this dump of a desert world into Pizzanville, an homage to our friends in Florida. It's the crappiest planet in our empire, so it really only seemed like a Florida city would do. Sorry, Florida. I don't mean to fire shots, but you guys know, right? Florida, that that the rest of the country, doesn't. We make fun of you, we cut you down behind your back. Like you're in on it, right? It's not a surprise to you that as soon as you're gone, the rest of us spend the next hour to 2 hours poking fun at you. You know that, right? Are you okay with it? I mean, it's kind of a dick move. It's kind of a shitty thing to do, but you guys, you're used to it. So, I mean, it's less of a problem because it's customary behavior. Is that how that goes? System survey. I'm just trying to rationalize my own horribleness, really. Yeah, this is fine. Go ahead and research an anomaly that you found in the Umlik system. Survey the system. Found an anomaly. You can take care of that. I really want my other science ship done so I can assign that scientist. We were also thinking about maybe conquering the Hyadum system here. The issue with that is, how are we going to allot what remains of our empire once that's done? We do have a continental world over here, which we might colonize and then maybe make Polagar into a sector and take Propus instead. What does the planet here look like? It's a toilet. It's a savanna world. I hate sentient species. I'd love to go purge them, but that planet's a real dump. Maybe it's time the Peterian Empire just starts severing ties all over the place. Alternatively, the other thing we could do, we could just get rid of Pavah. We flush that out of the Empire. We keep these planets, which I think are better, because once our colonization of Los Pedalus finishes, we're going to be over our limits. Something's got to give, something's got to go. I'm leaning towards Pavah. The only problem is giving up Pavah costs us Bazanak, which is a massive power producer for us. It's really cranking out the power. 13 of our total energy is coming from this one location. So before we can sever that chunk of the Empire, we have to come up with a strategy and a plan to get that power back. Tubin and Propus are going to give us a little bit of it. What are we getting off of Pavah as well? The other thing we got a problem with here, what we're getting off of this planet, is food. A bunch of our food is coming from this location. We're going to lose that food, and it's going to go towards the peoples of this planet. And what other problem is there with that? Well, you know, since we're purging these guys, this food, they're kind of going to need it. Also, you should probably upgrade that. Do we need more science now? Do we really want to be building a lot of food? Not really. In fact, we could redevelop this tile if we wanted to. Oh, it's producing, yeah, because it's pretty, that's going to be a good food producer. This planet isn't good for anything. What we could probably do is just throw them in a sector and tell them, hey, do some research on this planet or something, or they could just be building food for the rest of the sector. I suppose they could be a pantry for the subsector. We could just add them into District 13. We could swing District 13 around and kind of, like we're going to do with the Bacterian babies, we just gently fold them into the mixture. I don't hate that plan. I also don't really want any of the Bacterian planets because I got a feeling they're going to be kind of crappy. Can we look at these by chance also? I mean, these guys are in our empire. Can we see what they got going on the ground? Can we? We can't see your surface. We can see your armies. You don't have very many of them. We can see your planet summary producing 8 energy, 5 power. This planet is a toilet. The Bacterian planets also suck. What do you got going on in Yad Bim? Is it any better? Not really. It also seems like it's kind of, well, I'm still looking at Bacter. Can I look at Glugamon here? It's an even larger toilet. Why are we so desperate to conquer the Bacterium, Pete? Their planets are garbage. Yeah, well, we're not desperate to conquer the Bacterians so much as we are desperate to conquer our ravenous hunger. What are we going to get out of these guys anyway? We get almost nothing from murdering the Bacterium, other than deliciousness. We get the deliciousness, and isn't that reason enough? I think so. A massive crater on Eklo 2A appears to be the result of a collision with a starship. From the size of the crater, we suspect that a ship having a full warp around the moon for reasons unknown roughly 10,000 years ago. HIMSS Arbiter has picked up residual subspace echoes near the crash site, reminiscent of a collapsed warp field, but as long as the ship itself disintegrated on an impact, the theory cannot be verified. Remarkable. I will take your physics research, however. Speaking of research and other things, we just finished some more research. Outstanding. We can get rid of salt meat remediation. It means clearing more tile blockers. Climate control network is intriguing. Frequency tuning we could finish relatively quickly. I mean, regenerative whole tissue just takes a trillion billion years. You never want to research this. You can just continually get... I mean, we've never researched this, and look, we're like a fifth of the way done. We're 20% of the way home. What do these flagella do? Meh. Leader pool size, max influence from factions +1, bonus leader capacity, bigger leader pool size. I like that. I also like Doctrine Interstellar Warfare, where we just get more ships. 10% extra naval capacity gets us what? An extra 7 ships? That's reasonably significant, but clearing these tile blockers also, although, do we really? I don't think we even have. I don't hate, you know what? Give me the naval capacity. It's fine. In the Navy, that's what we want. We want our people running around singing, in the Navy, you can fuck your fellow man. In the Navy, you can do him in the can. There is clear evidence that a massive space battle took place in a close orbit of Umak 4A at some point in the last 5,000 years. Surface on the side of the moon is pockmarked with craters from stray weapons blasts, and scans from the HIMSS Sanchez picked up several hulks on the ground. Though these wrecked ships are all in very poor condition, the fact anything remains after their damage must have sustained. After the damage they must have sustained is a testament to their advanced design. Science officer Shang Tan is preparing an expedition to sift through these derelict hulls for any valuable technologies. Issues a special project, Mount Graveyard Expedition. Well then, that sounds intriguing. Construction ship Stevedore, you've still got work to do. Was this the sector that has an abundance of power? You are District 12. Let's go check out District 12. District 12, what do you got? District 12, you have good power stockpile, reasonable mineral stockpile. Then probably what we should do, I really don't want to spend cash and time having you develop science for a moment. More minerals makes you go faster. Let's have you build some mining stations. I'm building stuff on behalf of my districts. What else are we going to have that construction ship do? It's not doing anything else. And can you do this project? Research projects in the system? You can. Fantastic. And, hey, the HIMSS Torch is on board. We got Johnny Storm ready to do some work. We're going to put Lubja Sayanovovich. Yes, Lubja Sayanovovich. She is a fantastic scientist, Pete. I think you would appreciate her contributions to the system. I give you personal reference from Yeti Novak. She knows how to wear a space helmet, Pete. You should bring her into the fold. Okay, done. So what are we going to have? What are we going to have her explore? I really want to have her come over here and explore this. I kind of feel like maybe we need to bring another wormhole generator online. If we're going to come start messing with these Etruscans, Eruxians, I'm still working on the verbiage. If we're going to start coming over here and causing a ruckus with these bug men, and I sort of think that's my plan right now. I've been looking, in between episodes, I took a quick peep around and started looking over what's going on up here in the northern part of our empire. The Obraxi Hive, we can't really afford to tangle with those guys. They're gonna be pretty mean, pretty vicious, pretty savage, and pretty foolish to fuck around with. I sincerely think we're gonna be vastly better to try and eradicate the bugmen and just fight our way south around the galactic rim. It just feels like a more useful, more profitable use of our time. We could really afford to build a wormhole station in Kalam, too, because that's going to bring all of this potentially under our domain as well. It's all about the expansion right now. We're really trying to balloon up big. We're also supposed to be building destroyers, and I can't help but notice that nobody is really doing that at the moment. We do want to get more minerals into the Empire, though. And, hey, go back to sector management for a moment here. I have you guys set to do what? You're contributing absolutely nothing to the Empire, right? Yeah. We could have you give us half of your bulk, I think is how it works. 25% of their monthly production of energy credits. What does that do to their overall numbers? Next to nothing. So, you know what? Keep everything you've got for now. Sectors, I really just want you guys to devote into expansion. The core of the Peterian Empire is doing just fine without you. You guys patch up internally, get better, make yourself grow stronger. We don't need to siphon away resources you guys can use to build up. Build yourselves up. This is a bootstrap empire, man. Come on, pull yourselves up out of the dirt. I really think Pava's got to go, though. But, you know, now that that colony ship is off, we can kind of afford to let Pava go. We're pulling in so many minerals, 200 minerals a month. We almost can't spend them that fast. Let's do a little planet maintenance very quickly. We probably should just kind of stop paying attention to Earth, because I think by and large Earth is finished. Building the research facility there. Let's get another research facility going. Basic science lab here, and that sort of does it for Earth. I mean, Earth is basically finished. They're complete, kaput, done. There's nothing left that needs to be done. We're going to build a planetary administration here. And what else is there to do? We got to clear these toxic kelp tile blockers. We got a population growing there. We're also running out of room on Petersburg. I think we'll go ahead and build. I mean, this is a core planet. Do we not have an autochthonian monument on this dump? You're shitting me. Well, build it. Pete, you're giving up the potential for one engineer? Yes, I know, but an autochthonian monument is actually vastly more important. And the fact that we haven't built one already is a monumental and criminal oversight on my part. How are things looking down here? You guys still have plenty of room to grow. Well, you know what? I say you have plenty of room to grow population, but that's not necessarily true. You should be growing over here where you could produce something useful when you do eventually grow. Let's clear another tile blocker. Petersonville, right. You guys are, well, one, a toilet, and two, you got plenty of opportunities for expansion since we murdered everybody on there. We're not really going to need to build anything for you guys. I really want to get a planetary administration on Pittsburgh, too. It's also a solid planet. We really got to get this toxic kelp gone. We have a lot of planets that have toxic kelp in the road.
Construction complete.
Which was what? Mining station. Okay. Is one of our construction ships idle? One of our construction ships is idle. Well, you should probably come over here to 2A, I guess, and we don't have enough. I was going to say you should come over here and build some research stations, but we actually don't have enough cash to build them. Now we do. So head over here, build a research station ×2. Yeah, we have too many colonized systems. I'm working on the problem, and I think what we're going to do, I think we're just going to give over Pava. You know what? That's exactly what we're gonna do. We're gonna give over Pava. I'm writing them off. I'm giving them up. We're gonna add them to District 13 over here. All right, District 13, you're about to get even bigger. So planets and sectors. This is gonna cost us a bunch of influence. Is the problem? So if we go into manage sector, no, not. I don't actually want to manage sector 12 here. I want to manage District 13. Did I just click the wrong one because I'm an idiot? I did. Okay. So District 13, we could give you... You already have all of these planets? Yeah, I want to give you more planets, though. Can I have to give you Baznak? Why can't I get you... So I'm giving you Baznak. I'm going to give you Pava. That puts us under our limit. We could keep... Oh, we could keep Koganafu here? Interesting. We could keep Korganafu and Gazno. You know what? Yes. One, because this saves us influence, and two, it also solves our problem. Once we get a little more influence, maybe we'll worry about District 13 then. I'm curious what this did to our... our overall power production. Yeah, we gave up a lot, but still, the penalty we were taking from the -10% effectively offset it. And now, hey, brand new colony up here that we can start working on developing and get some of that loss back. We do have an idle construction ship just sitting here doing nothing. 5 potential research as well. Go ahead. Okay. I really wish you could queue individual buildings. So come to Tubin 1, grab us a mining station that's going to get us some of that, and then come over here and get you some of that. Big bonus minerals. We were close to 200 minerals there for a moment, and suddenly the 200 minerals has fallen behind. We analyzed some debris. Shiat, we got 10% towards frequency tuning. See, another 10% progress toward regenerative whole tissue, and we've done no research on that, none whatsoever, and we just keep slowly chipping away at it. Eventually, we're gonna get all of that having done literally nothing. You're surveying over here. We still have a bunch of unsurveyed planets. We already have a team working on surveys over in this region. Let's have you finish up over here. So survey this, survey that, and then that. Because remember, if we can ever figure out a way to defeat this dreadnought, there is a 16 pop tropical world here and a 20 pop alpine world that we wouldn't mind pulling into the Empire, if for nothing else than to just, keep contiguous borders. Love contiguous borders. The HIMSS Wu is now inactive. Can't have Wu not doing something. Wu, get to work. You should go survey that system. Anything else Wu might want to survey up here? Can we... That's not in our... Oh, right. I forgot. Yeah, the bug... Yeah. The border infringers are over there, infringing on our borders. I keep forgetting about them. Why don't you survey the Callum system, too? Because I feel like as soon as our next construction ship gets free, we're probably going to want to come down here and build a wormhole generator so we can pull all this stuff in. Our wormhole network is getting quite large. Shantang gains 200 experience, and Umik Val gets +3 technology. That's it? That's all we got from the Sanchez there? I'm a little disappointed in that, actually. And now the Sanchez is not doing anything. Nothing to survey. We really need to get... Okay, here. Why don't you come down here and survey this, then? You can beat Wu to the punch. It'll be fine. She'll stop trying to survey a system that's already been surveyed. At least I hope. She is the Peterian Empire's greatest scientist. Let's see if she's smart enough to not try and reinvent the wheel. In the meantime, Been a while since we've managed to crank out a destroyer, so let's get that on the menu. Along with the back turrets, they're on the menu too. Everything's on the menu. No one is safe from the Peterian Empire. I'm curious to see how our fleet is going to... Oh, you know what? That's the other thing we got to do. Speaking of fleets, I really need to stop building obsolete ships so that I then have to pay to upgrade them, when what I could instead be doing is just building them properly. So let's clear this design and get a new design, a better design, into the front. So we want artillery. Railgun 3, you do what? 6 to 21. That's pretty good. We also have quantum missiles. You do 12 to 17. So I think we go rail guns up front in the artillery, and then it's quantum missiles in the interceptor stem. Or maybe we just go... Do we have one of these that could get a medium slot back here? We can get 2 smalls. Four and one, or one. You know what? Yeah, give me the gunship stern. Let's do this. Give me 2. Okay, so quantum missiles and rail guns in the front, and then we need power. So we're gonna go. How much power are we? We're negative, so we're 65 in the hole. That's a shitload. If we go all engines, then we can throw some shields on here. Okay. Maybe just some ceramo metal armor then, because it doesn't take power. And can we put anything in here? No. Also, your wormhole modulation, which is fantastic. Your combat disruption, good. Get the upgraded engines. Don't really care about our radar. 18.57 damage. It seems respectable. Our evasion is getting up there. We're good on a power balance. How are our shields damaged? You know, 135 shields, 600 hull points. That seems respectable. And we have to redesign our stupid Corvettes too. Because as much as I haven't been building them, we actually do still have some of the clam crushers rolling around. Do you think this offends the Bacteriums now that we're trying to integrate them into the Empire? Do you think they're upset that some of our ships are still named Clam Crusher? It seems kind of un-PC, I'm not gonna lie. It seems really inappropriate. What do you guys call your ships again? Oh, you know, we call them the Clam Crushers because we built them specifically to annihilate your species. Remember in that whole genocidal campaign we launched back in the day? Oh, weren't we just crazy and misguided kids so long ago when we didn't know better and all we thought about was devouring your children? Those were the days, weren't they? I guess we'll go with some ceramo metal armor. Again, because it's power free and you have a combat roll. Okay, good. Looks good. Yes. And now we gather the fleet into one convenient location and try and figure out how much it's going to cost us to upgrade that. Can we merge you guys? Merge fleets, though. You're both in Seoul. Why will you not merge? Merge. Are you then... Okay, the first strike force is coming in. The 2 strike forces have now merged. So we have 1 fleet with a 2,050 power. All right, that's acceptable, but how much is it going to cost us to upgrade the fleet? 481. You know what? That's pretty respectable. 481.60 minerals. I love the fact that all it costs to upgrade in this game is just the difference between the old design and the new design. That's kind of beautiful. The Valdarl Stellar Empire. Potential allies, Valdari? We could really use some help over here. Everybody always hates us. You're a xenophobe. You can purge and displace aliens, can enslave aliens. Won't give them full citizenship. You don't allow them full military service. Well, okay, refugees can all right. I mean, we like the cut of your jib, Valdari Stellar Empire. You look sort of like space yet. We were talking about it earlier. We wanted space cows. I was going to milk the space. We were spreading out, remember, to milk the galaxy for all it's worth. And we were talking about a potential race of space cows. And we found them. Space cows. They're hegemonic imperialists. You know what? I, Queen Svetlana I, greet you, Valdari. I would like for us to have good relationship. I would like for us, we're not neighbors, so you're xenophobic and we're ugly, but we have the same authority, and you are also better than us. Fleet power is superior. Naval capacity is equivalent. Technology level is superior. Everybody is superior to us, except for the Eructions, who are equivalent. The Krabnar are overwhelming, but they're a fallen empire. The Gurite civilization are just some chumps. The Bacterians won't even exist soon. Oh, Pete, their empire may not exist, but they'll still exist as a people. No, they won't exist as a people either. I'm going to take care of that. I'm genociding, and it feels so good. Spaceport of Earth finished its construction queue. Cranked out another ship. We're really just waiting for... Well, I was going to say we're really just waiting for minerals, but that's actually not true anymore because we can just go ahead and upgrade the fleet. It's going to take some time. Curious to see what they come out as once they're upgraded. I really am curious to see how powerful they become. What does our fleet rating go up to? Because I kind of want to get back to war. At this point, it sort of feels like maybe conquest is the only way we're going to be able to expand our empire. We got to get around the Eructions. The other thing we could do is we could literally go around them, I suppose. Pete, are you getting like a Maginot Line kind of scenario working here, where you're going to try and bypass them by just going around their entire arm? Maybe? Oh, we got pretty significant upgrades in overall output from that. So we went from a little over 2,000 to almost 2,600. The ships got vastly better. Do I feel like I could tango with the Eruxo Empire now? Well, let's check the old, what do you say? Their fleet power is equivalent. Naval capacity is equivalent. We're not at our capacity yet, though. We're close, but we're not there. Keep building destroyers. Do we have any idle construction ships? Nope, they're all busy. So if Propus is not going to be a sector for us, nor are either of these going to be sectors, and in fact, we're going to bring this one in. This is all going into District 13. Once we have fully integrated the Bacterians, we're bringing them to District 13. It's the right thing to do. What we need is a free construction ship. I see that you went to Sol for Strike Force, but shouldn't you be going to the rally point, which is Earth?
Complete. System survey complete.
Some survey is getting out of the way. No idle science ships. That's acceptable. Just waiting on a construction ship, though. Any day now, gentlemen. Any day. Meanwhile, cranking out the destroyers. Here comes a question, though. Once our destroyer fleet is complete, and we're getting close, what are we actually going to do with all these minerals we got? I mean, sincerely, where are we gonna devote those? We can continue cranking out destroyers once we get up to our fleet limit. In fact, we'll probably keep cranking out destroyers until we're well above our fleet limit. Especially if we're going to get off on a war footing. One of my concerns... Oh, we finally have a construction ship ready. One of my other concerns here, though... Come down here and build a wormhole station? No, I don't need a frontier outpost. Oh, it's got to be surveyed first, right? Sanchez is taking care of it. Sanchez, let us know when you're done down there. We're going to come build a wormhole station.
System survey complete.
One of my concerns about starting a war, though, while we're integrating the Bacterium, is that what if they revolt while we're in the middle of it? We'll have wasted a ton of influence. Can they revolt? I mean, I know they're disloyal, without a doubt. They hate us with a passion, like a burning passion. They don't like us at all. Come down here and help out with... Oh, you can't survey that because it's outside our borders. Right. So why don't you go survey that for now? That's also in Fallen Empire space, so we don't really want to survey that. And we have another idle construction ship. Well, you don't have to be idle. Just here, build mining stations. Bring me the minerals. Also, our mineral output went down somehow? Why would it have gone down? We were like 190 a month ago.
Construction complete.
Are we paying more for maintenance? Ah, we're paying more for ship maintenance. That's fine. Small docking hatch leading the interior of this asteroid is visible at the rim of a small crater on its surface. The hatch was likely concealed once, but has since been exposed by micrometeorite impacts. Well, go check it out. It's a level 2 anomaly, so you have a 20% chance of failure. Unacceptable. Don't make me reinstitute the whole if you screw it up, I'm cutting off your knuckles policy. I will do it. I'm not ashamed to do it. I'm not afraid to do it. I kind of enjoy it, in fact. So build a research station. When you're done with that, build research stations. And hey, when you're done with that, build a mining station. And then probably build a research station. And we're going to have District 12 fully developed. They're going to be contributing a lot of science. I'm curious how science contributes to the Empire. Do we just directly get that science? Or do we get a portion of that science? Because what good does science do a district? Like, their science wouldn't help. Districts don't do independent research, so science wouldn't matter. Can you build me a wormhole station here? Construction ship? Nope. Why not? Shouldn't you build? Oh, okay. We have to go into. All right, got it. Well, build a wormhole station. Done. And Sanchez, you ain't doing shit. What a surprise. Sanchez is slacking because he never does that. Here, you know what, Sanchez? Why don't you go survey the known world? Also, if these guys are our vassals, is it really reasonable to expect us to have to go manually survey them? Couldn't we just ask, or even in lieu of asking, even just demand, to be like, hey, tell us what's going on those planets of yours. We're technically your rulers now. We need this 411. Derelict shipyard. A large portion of asteroid R2-7 has been hollowed out to allow for the construction of some kind of shipyard. It's been abandoned and exposed to the vacuum of space for centuries. If anything remained useful, it has already been looted by previous explorers. The design of the shipyard itself is unique, however, and much could be potentially learned by its study. You know, like we could get 3 engineering research per turn from it if we built a research station around it. Abandoned terraforming equipment. Since our initial settlement of El Pitesco, or what is this? El Pizzo? El Pizzo, right. Supposed to be like El Paso, but with more peat. Several anomalies in the moon's biosphere have been discovered. The ecosystem is unstable and is not developed according to projected models for a world of this type. Our scientists suspect outside tampering, and these suspicions have now been confirmed. A few of our colonists have stumbled upon a large underground terraforming complex that was built thousands of years ago. The equipment was apparently deactivated in the middle of the terraforming process, leaving the moon's biosphere in its current unfinished state. If we supply enough power, we should be able to reactivate the machinery. No telling what the end result will be, however. So we can resume the process, or we can abandon the equipment. El Pizzo is a tropical world. If we could get it up to continental, that would be amazing, because it's also really... Oh, never mind. I was going to say it's really large, but it's not. It's kind of a shit dump. Why did we settle this planet at all? Were you like a secondary planet? Yeah, okay. You're the younger, uglier sister, right. Petersburg is why we came here, and you're like Petersburg's younger, less attractive, less intelligent, less charming, less witty, and unfunny sister who constantly hangs out and little tag along, be like, oh, can I come? Can I be like, no, you know, don't really like you. You're an uninteresting person, and I don't really care about you much. I mean, I'm more interested in wooing and romancing your more attractive, smarter, intelligent, funny older sister who's a lovely and vivacious person and seems like a genuinely good human being. And I don't really like you at all. You're kind of you're kind of not a good person, and I don't want to spend time with you. But I will colonize you because, hey, any port in the storm, right? I'm a scumbag. More ships then. So, spaceport, go ahead and crank out another destroyer. Fleet's getting respectably sized. We're getting close to our fleet cap as well. We should probably hold off. Do we want to hold off on going over the fleet cap until we're definitely ready to declare war? I mean, we've got a lot of stuff going on here. It seems like a lot to manage. 2 sectors working. Got some construction ships going. We need to, you know what? Let's wait and see what this wormhole system produces. But right now, let's wait and get out of this episode because it's actually a little longer than normal. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comments section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see us colonize your younger, less attractive, less charming sister, might consider subscribing as well because, hey, when it comes to any port in the storm, Perfidious Pete means any port. Right now, though, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.